permission of our esteemed speakers and participants here, I would like to make a short announcement in Nepali language, which shall also be translated in English shortly. Namaste, उपस्थित हुनुहुने सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरुमा म पाटन जेसिस 2020 को सहसचिव जेसी सुनिमा राई पाटन जेसिस को तर्फबाट आजको कार्यक्रम सम्बन्धी एउटा सानो सूचना लिएर आएकी छु। आजको यस सेसन एउटा इन्टरेक्टिभ सेसन भएका कारण प्रोग्राम भरि कुनै पनि भाषा अवरोध हटाउनका लागि आजको प्रोग्राम अंग्रेजी भाषामा सञ्चालन हुनेछ र साथै हाम्रा सहभागी मित्रहरूलाई आफ्नो जुम क्लाउडको युजर नेम हजुरहरूको शुभ नाम डेजिग्नेसन र लोङ नेमको फर्मेटमा एडिट गरिदिनु हुन म हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछु। Greetings everyone on the behalf of JCI Patan. I, the Joint Secretary of JCI Patan 2020, JC Sunima Rai, would like to make a short announcement regarding today's session. Since today's session is an interactive one, to avoid any sort of language barrier throughout the program shall be conducted in English language. Along with that, I would like to request our dear participants to please edit their Zoom Cloud username according to their name, designation, and the name of their loan format. Respected JCI Senator Annette Muru, the National President of JCI Estonia 2020. The National President of 2020, JCI Senator Ashok Shankar, Chief Delegates, National Past Presidents, President and Board of Director from different chapters of JCI Nepal, and Senators, Past Presidents, President, and Board of Director of JCI Patan. Terepai Vast, Namaste, and a very good afternoon to everyone present here today. It is an absolute honor for me, the Joint Secretary of JCI Patan 2020, JC Sunima Rai, to welcome you all on behalf of JCI Patan to this session of Inspire the Next Woman in JCI Leadership, initiated by JCI Patan and accompanied by 30 different amazing chapters of JCI Nepal. 2020 has shown us a series of unimaginable events. Chaos we were not prepared for and crisis we had never anticipated. But before this chaos and crisis ends, what we can do is prepare young girls and women for phenomenal leadership after this all ends. So might today's session be imprinted in the hearts and minds of every young girls and women striving to lead wherever they go. And as JCI Patan is glorified to have its first female president in its 50th year anniversary, JCI Patan is overwhelmed to initiate a session on women empowerment and grateful to all the different chapters accompanying us. So to acknowledge and welcome everyone, I would like to call upon the Development Officer of APDC 2019 and 2020, the National Vice President of 2019 of JCI Nepal, the President of JCI Patan 2018 and today's Program Coordinator, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha. Over to you, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha.
Thank you, Sumnima, today's MC. We must believe that we are gifted for something, and that is the thing. Whatever cursed must be attained. Tere homis kustu. Namaste. Good morning in Estonia and good afternoon in Nepal. Respected 2020 JCI Nepal National President, JCI Senator Ashok Shankar, 2020 Lady EVP of JCI Nepal, JC Shobha Kharel, Lady Vice President of JCI Nepal, JC Rama, JC Kanchan Jha, and JC Manju, assigned EVP for Area C, JC Gokul Sakwata, assigned VP for JCI Patan, JC Dheeraj Sai, national officers, International Director, JC Trivan Tiwari, national appointees, past National President of JCI Nepal, all the LOM President, Board and General members from Area A, B, C, D, our future Junior Justice Coordinator, and all the Junior Justice President and members, JCI Patan First Lady President 2020, JC Deji Napit, JCI Patan Board members, General members, and past President. Accept my warm greetings from today's Program Coordinator, your APDC Deployment Officer for 2019-2020, National Vice President 2019 of JCI Nepal, and President of 2018 of JCI Patan. It's me, JC Shuman Krishna Shrestha. Namaste. I'm feeling so excited and happy to share you all that whoever said that woman belongs into the kitchen never saw them lead. But JSA Patan takes pride to jointly initiate with 30 plus ladies Loam president of JCI Nepal for the session inspired the next women in JCI leadership from Anit Muru, 2020 national president of JCI Estonia from Europe, and Sarah Kamal, 2020 national president of JCI Bangladesh from Asia and the Pacific. Now, I would like to welcome our respected 2020 national president of JCI Estonia, Anit Muru. Welcome, Anit, to the virtually to Nepal. Nepal, the country of first JCI VP lady, country of birthplace of Buddha, country of highest peak of world, Mount Everest, country where 8 world highest peak lies, country of living God, Kumari, country having the lady president, country of CNN heroes, country of Nepal Himalayas, country of 7 UNESCO designated World Heritage Site, country having different structure flag with sun and moon, country of different festivals and 100 plus ethnic group and language, country who never ruled by any of the country. Welcome to Nepal, Anit. Maybe might be this the step to leap young girls and women need, and this make them thrive more and greater. Looking forward to inspire young girls and women from every corner of country with 30 plus loam, Mechinagar lady justice, Birata lady justice, Itari lady justice, Duhabi, Dhankuta lady justice, Rasbiraj justice Virkot, JCI Hetoda lady justice Narangad, Saura lady justice, Pokhara lady justice, Sardanagar justice, Balaju justice, Buranarikanta justice, Patan lady justice, Bhaktapur lady justice, Kathmandu lady justice, Naldum Nagar court justice, Kavra lady justice, Butol lady justice, Siddhartha lady justice, Dang lady justice, Dangadi lady justice, Doti justice, Saina Maina justice, and Lamahi justice, Lumki justice, Lumki lady justice, Ramgam lady justice, Surkhet lady justice. Together, let's set the example. Now, again, I'd like to welcome Anit Muru. It's an immense pleasure to welcome in this interactive session. As we all know that we are going in terrible condition in the world with the coronavirus, but we are here in same screen to share each other and to share the amazing experience. Dear Kenny, I want to let you also know that this year, my LOM, JCI Patan is celebrating 50 years of establishment. As being in the first LOM of JCI Nepal, we always take new initiative to make JCI Nepal more stronger and stronger. We expect your same support and it to all the 30 plus lady president of JCI Nepal and all the LOM. I personally, I'm so happy, Anit, that you agree my request to share your views to Lady Justice member along with all the male members of Nepal through online. It's a very amazing experience we all are having. Please pass my regards and love to my very good friend, Trino Pajuma. She helped me to connect you. I'm so excited that she helped me to connect you in this verbally world. So I please pass my regards to her for helping and supporting me. So dear JCS member, आज हामी 1 घण्टाको सेसनमा छौं तर फरक फर्स्टमा हामी एनिटसँग छौं त्यसपछि आएर सारासँग छौं सो सम्पूर्ण हामी जोइन्टली काम गरेरको 30 वटै लेडी जस्टिसको शाखाहरू अब आजको सेसनमा सबैलाई हामी समेट्न प्रयास गरेका छौं यदि समेट्नु भएन भने पनि क्षमा गर्नुस् हामी अर्को सेसनमा फेरि समेट्ने छौं र सम्पूर्ण सदस्यले इन्टरेक्टिभमा एकदम मजाले भाग लिदिनु हुनेछ भन्ने पनि आशा लिएको छु सो once again I want to welcome to Nepal Anit of Estonia 2020 President of Estonia. Welcome to Nepal Anit and namaste.
Thank you so much, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha. We are truly overwhelmed by the number of participations we've witnessed so far, and we are very eager to learn new things from you, Anit, today. They say that there is power in the words of women. So to bring powerful greetings to this session, I would like to call upon JC Rabina Shrestha, the president of JCI Dhankuta Lady 2020. Technical team, could we please have JC Rabina Shrestha on spotlight, please?
Good afternoon and namaste. Thank you, Master of Ceremony. This is me, JC Rabina Shrestha, 2020 President of Dhankuta Lady. Me and my LOM is very happy to join, to be the part of this today's program, Inspire the Next Woman in JCI Leadership. I would like to share my gratitude by thanking our guest, Annette Moru, NP of Estonia, for being with us to share and empower ladies of Nepal, my LOM, and my founder president, JC Pramisa Shrestha. Everyone is listening to today's program. Hope we will get every insight and knowledge of leadership too. Thank you, JCI Patan, and the very first Lady President, Daisy Napit, for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, JC Rabina Shrestha. Now, before going on to another remarks, I would like to add a short welcome and facilitation session here. So starting with Area A, I would like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Tulasha Dongal, the 2020 President of Mejinagar Lady JCs. Mejinagar Lady JCs. Similarly, I would like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Sushma Poder, the 2020 President of JCI Birta Lady. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Roshna Thapa, the 2020 President of JCI Itari Ladies. Similarly, I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Bimala Subedi, the 2020 President of JCI Duhabi. Similarly, I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Rabina Shrestha, the 2020 President of JCI Dhankuta Lady. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Nani Maya Kotwal, the 2020 President of JCI Rajbiraj. Moving along to Area B, I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Sushila Podel, could we please have the slide changed, technical team? Similarly, I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Saraswati Serai, the 2020 President of Souraha Lady. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Sakila Pariyar, the 2020 President of JCI Narayangarh Lady. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Pramisha Kafle, the 2020 President of Shardanagar JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Shobha Bhujel, the 2020 President of Pokhara Lady JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Meena Khand, the 2020 President of JCI Bhirkot. Moving along to Area C Presidents, I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Sita Pandey Podel, the 2020 President of Balaju JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Kalpana Shrestha, the 2020 President of Budhanilkantha JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Nagina Nakarmi, the 2020 President of Kathmandu Lady JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Daisy Napit, the 2020 President of Patan JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Sushma Shrestha, the 2020 President of JCI Patan Lady. Similarly, I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Sapna Chhetri Prajapati, the 2020 President of Bhaktapur Lady JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Bhagwati Shrestha, the 2020 Presidents of Kavre Lady JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Sajana Shrestha Karmacharya, the 2020 President of Naldum Nagarkot JCs. Moving along to Area D, I would also like to welcome JC Kalpana Pandey, the 2020 President of Butwal Lady JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Jiba Bhushal, the 2020 President of Dang Lady JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Lakshmi Shahi Chand, the 2020 President of Dhangari Lady JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Nirmala Khatri, the 2020 President of Dhoti JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Sapna Pandey, the 2020 President of Lamahi JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Bobita Pandey, 2020 President of Lamki JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Meena Sodari Bishta, the 2020 President of Lamki Lady JCs. I would also like to welcome the presence of JC Rajani Dhakal, the 2020 President of Ramgram Lady JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Sita Chhetri, the 2020 President of Saina Maina JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the presence of JC Tulasha Bhushal Pandey, the 2020 President of Siddhartha Lady JCs. I would also like to welcome and honor the President of 2020 Surkhet Lady JCs, JC Ramesh Shakya. Thank you all the respected presidents for accompanying us, for making this session possible. Now moving forward, at this time, I would like to call upon the President of JCI Pokhara Lady 2020 from Area B, JC Shobha Bhujel, to share her remarks with us now.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Greetings to all present at today's event on behalf of JCI Nepal 2020 LOM President Interaction from JCI Pokhara Lady JC Shobha Bhujel. First of all, thank you very much, host chapter, for hosting this event. Through this program today, we have the opportunity to meet with JCI Estonia President Senator Anit Maru. I'm sure today's interaction with Madam is inspiring and fruitful to all ladies and gentlemen. I wish you all to enjoy the interaction. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President. Moving forward, now we have another esteemed profile, the National President of JCI Nepal 1969 and 1970, who is also the first female national president of the entire JCI world. JCI Senator Ambika Shrestha, I would like to invite JCI Senator Ambika Shrestha to share her words of wisdom with us now.
Thank you. Namaste, all of you. Great to see all of you here and to hear about all of you, all the young ladies who are presidents. It's great. And it's great to see from Europe, Annette. This is great to see somebody from Estonia, beautiful country, and from Bangladesh, Sarah. Welcome to this session. And it's great to see countries from outside who've done so well and have ladies there. Young ladies from Nepal, it's so good to see that you are 30 of you here, presidents of JCI and JCI Lady JCs. So this is a challenge for you. It's great to see this. And just now, in this present time, it's great to be able to contact each other and be in contact with all of you from all over Nepal, as well as from Europe and from Bangladesh. It's great. At this present moment, we are all facing problems. The whole world is facing problems. And as you know, we have to go through. All of us will now, this will be a change for everybody's life. Not only this one or that one, but it'll be for everyone's life. The changes in the world is happening. And this is where, young ladies, you are needed to make the changes, to go into the new things that are going to happen and the ones that you are going to do, that you will change and you will take the challenge and make your countries and your different LOMs and different places something that is wonderful. And I was told that I was to encourage you to become the president. Well, you are already a president, but you have to be the national president now, as Annette is, and as Sarah is from Bangladesh. So like them, why can't you be that? Of course you can. There is, as I said, when you start working and you start doing things, you will be able to work. And when you're so good at it and when you have that urge to work and do things, sky is the limit. You can make anything done. And ladies, the gentlemen, I'm not belittling you, but I have to tell you, the ladies can do a lot of things. They have been doing this all through their lives. Women from all over the world have been working and working and working, but they have never been accounted for. Only in some countries, in Scandinavia, yes, the women are being counted for. They have fought, they are there and they are doing things well. But in other places, women had to fight to get a vote, had to vote, fight to do so many things. And as Suman said, thank you, Suman, for arranging this and organizing this so that you can talk, we can talk with all these people from all over Nepal, as well as abroad. The women who have fought and worked, not only in one field, but it's been very difficult for women all over the world to start and do things and to achieve. And by being hard workers, by being persistent, they have achieved. And young ladies, you can achieve. There's no way that anyone can stop you. A woman who can face so many problems and who is, I like to say, they are multitasked. A woman is multitasked. When you have a family, you're either holding on to the child, you're feeding the child, you're talking to somebody, you're on the phone, you're cooking, you're doing everything. You can do so many things in one time. You can cover. So women, you are multitasked and you can do things. And of course, women, we have a challenge because as Suman said, they only think that women are supposed to be at home cooking. But no, not anymore. In Europe and other places, of course, you've got the men joining in. But we have to do that now. Young ladies, I hear a lot about the problems that are incurring because everybody is staying at home. There's a lot of domestic violence. Now, women, why domestic violence? Share with the men, let them also do it. Let them be the cooks, let them do things and share and have a very happy life because just now we are inside the homes to be safe and it has to be done. We have a thing that is around the world, which we do not know how we are going to get rid of, when we are going to get rid of, and the whole economy of the world is shattered. The biggest countries, the richest countries, as well as the poor countries. We have a challenge now. The world is changed. So ladies, you young ladies are in a time when you have to take the challenge and work and show. And when you show that, you will achieve and you will be presidents. Women, you can do things. If you can cook, if you can do everything. I like to say, when people say, oh, a young girl or a young lady or a woman will say, oh, I'm only a housewife. You know what a housewife does? I tell them that they are the home minister, the education minister, the finance minister, everything. So many ministers, 5 different ministries they are running. Economic minister. So the women are doing all this. But young ladies, you have to fight to get that of course, that people can take. Even the governments do not count that work that the women are doing at home. It's not accounted for. You're never put into the economic market if you're a housewife. But if you go out and go and do a job, you're hired for a maid, then that is taken as economic. But if you do everything else, it's not taken. So that is another thing that young girls, young ladies, you'll have to work on, because when during your time, when you come up, you'll have to be able to do that. Now, to tell you that anything is possible if you really work. I happen to be a freak. I happen to be the first woman president in JCs. And when I went to an international conference, they never believed I was the president. They'd always ask me, where is your husband? Where is the JC? You're a JCette. You know that women were called JCettes? We're called JCettes. And where is your husband? Where is the JCette? And I had to tell them, sorry, I'm the JC. So that was the time. And doing that, now look at the difference. Look where the world is now. Young ladies, there is a big change. And now you are in the change. And you have to make more changes, especially for Nepal, young ladies. And just now, when we have somebody like Annette from Estonia, which is a beautiful country, really beautiful. And Suman was talking about Nepal's beauty. You have a very beautiful country too. So when you have worked hard, and here there you are as the president of the country, a national president, I'm sure you can share so many things of how hard it was, how difficult it is to come as a leader. But you are a leader. Any woman is a leader because you are working, you are doing things. You lead things, not realizing that you are leading. But now we have to lead it in a way. So I just would like to say to you and to Bangladesh, the late Sarah, you are very, yes, now Sarah, I have to tell you that this is of course Ramadan, and so you must be on a fast the whole day. So all the best to you. And it's great, it's afternoon for you, but morning for Annette. Lovely to see both of you and the young ladies. And I'm so happy to see all young ladies coming up vibrantly. Please go on. And JCs, you know, is the organization where it is a learning organization, an organization where it teaches you how to be a leader. So please go into that and do leadership training. Get your training too. And leadership doesn't mean that you just go out and speak, that you come on a stage and speak. But leadership is where you lead in whatever you do. You may be doing some production. You may be just making a food, doing cooking, whatever you are doing, to lead and to be special, that you are the special one, and that you can do. Please do that. And gentlemen, young JCs, for all the JCs, it's a challenge in Nepal. You are the youth of this country. You are the ones who will be the leaders, who are the leaders right now. So please work hard, because we are going to face a very, very difficult situation for economically as well as many other things. So you have the challenge, and JCs, you are the force behind. So please work, please go ahead and work and see that you are a leader of this country, a youth leader in whatever field you are in. I must say I shouldn't be talking too long, that I have to hear from Annette as well as from Sarah, who comes from a country which is also difficult, where they have work. Women have a lot of difficulties in Bangladesh too. So you have to hear from them and see how they have become leaders. So I would like to say great, and thank you for having me to say a few words here. I wish you all success and wish you safety just now because of this virus. Who knows what is going on? We never know. But please be safe. Please be strong. And let us go through this and change the world. Change the JCs. Ladies become leaders. And then the next thing, I would like to see a Nepali young lady being the JCI president. I wish you that we have one young lady later, just now, going ahead and become a JCI president. All the best to you. Thank you. And Suman, thank you. And young lady, thank you very much, Sumana, for doing as a MC. Thank you. Wish you all the best. And namaste.
Thank you so much, Senator. Your words were truly very wise, because we are so much more than we realize it, and we can and we should lead. So at this time, I would like to invite another female executive vice president of JCI Nepal 2020, JC Shobha Kharel, to share her remarks with us now.
Don't wait for opportunity, create it. Thank you so much, Master of Ceremony. Today, for this training session, all president, all nominees of JCI Nepal, all dignitaries to present here, and our past national lady president, Senator Amita Fest, and our leader this year, Senator Ashok Shankar. All respected persons present here. Hello, namaste. Good afternoon. I am JC Shobha Kharel, Executive Vice President of JCI Nepal 2020. First of all, I would like to thank and welcome you, both dynamic lady of JCI Bangladesh and JCI Estonia. We who give to time for us in. I would like to thank JCI Patan, who manage and coordinate for the great session and give us the opportunity by connecting us. And we are truly proud that we have today the National President of JCI Bangladesh and National President of JCI Estonia here to share our experience and interact with us. We believe that the session will provide an opportunity for us to know what challenges and opportunities women may have together to become the leader. And we will learn how to be able to establish and lead ourselves by being strong in a society. Hoping and believing that the training session will be definitely grateful and fruitful for today. Thank you. I would like to say goodbye. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, JC Shobha Kharel. We are really looking forward to this session. I hope it becomes fruitful to everyone participating. Now, without any other further ado, I would like to invite our National President of JCI Nepal 2020, JCI Senator Ashok Shankar, to bring greetings to this session.
Thank you so much, JC Sumnima. Hello, namaste, and peace. Good namaste, good afternoon. And thank you so much, Program Coordinator JC Suman Krishna Shrestha, APDC member from Nepal. My colleague, National President, Dynamic Ladies, JCI Senator Sarah Kamal from JCI Bangladesh, JCI Senator Anit Moru from JCI Estonia, all the board members, PNPs, past officer, host LOM president, Daisy Napit, JCI senators, members, ladies and gentlemen. This is your national president, JCI Senator Ashok Shankar. Namaste. First of all, I would like to warm welcome our dynamic lady president here in Nepal through virtual technology. This has provided us hug, motivation and inspiration from JCI Nepal members. I hope both JCI Bangladesh and Estonia have taken this time as a challenge and opportunity both. Challenge because we have to perform all our activities through only virtual technology. And opportunity, our members are creating impact in this society in the pandemic condition using our JCI Active Citizen Framework. Dear NPs, I wish we will be able to get back in our normal condition very soon. I wish a good health and prosperity across the global. Thank you once again for your great presence, and we'll definitely see you with our member again 2020 Cambodia aspect. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, JCI Patan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, JCI Senator Ashok Shankar. Empowering women and young girls is not an option for a modern society because it should have happened a really long time ago. And of all the activities for women empowerment, the most instrumental is providing a path of leadership, because it does not only instill confidence in young girls and women, but it also puts women at a level where they can be able to empower other young girls. So might this empowerment session be the path of leadership to many young girls and women participating in this session. Ladies and gentlemen, the National President of JCI Estonia 2020, JC Annette Muru, shall now take over your session. We shall enable your chat box for any queries to Annette in a while, so please drop in your questions with your good name, designation, and name of your loan. JC Annette Muru, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Hello, namaste. It's such a great pleasure to be with you in this virtual meeting room. I really hope that we are able to meet physically at some point as well, and I would love to visit Nepal. Thank you, Suman, for putting this together, for finding me, for asking me to present. I'm very happy about this. It's a great honor to meet the first female national president. Thank you so much. JCI Patan, congratulations on turning 50 years old. And Daisy Napit, congratulations on being the first female president of JCI Patan. So I will also share some slides to show some photos and text, but I was asked to share my experience to empower women. And I think the best way to empower you all is actually, as I said, share my experience and the knowledge I've gained and learned on my way becoming the national president. So without very long introduction, I will share my screen as well, because we might run out of time. And I would like to leave plenty of time for the interaction as well, so you can ask anything. Can the technical team somehow allow me to share my screen? Because right now I'm not able to. I will just wait a bit. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, I will just put it on present as well. Perfect. I hope you can all see my screen. You can nod if you can see it. I hope we'll get through the technology. I hope you all are doing great, staying home and staying safe. And let's have a very lovely discussion about leadership. First of all, a bit about myself, so you would have some idea who is talking to you. Very simply put, I'm 30 years old. I'm from Tartu, Estonia, which compared to most of the Nepal cities is very small. Tartu has around 100,000 citizens, and Estonia has 1.3 million citizens. So you can feel the comparison of how different the countries actually are. I'm the middle child of my family. I have an older brother and younger sister. We are all following a very different path in life. My brother works in the military, and my sister works in forestry, and I work in marketing. So we all followed a very different path. I'm very much a people person, and when you take the color test in JCI, we keep doing different kinds of personality tests. Is it the insights or DISC? Then I can tell you I'm the yellow color, which means the social and the enthusiastic person who needs people around them. And I would say I'm very optimistic, because also one of my maybe slogans to live by is that everything ends well. And if you feel that right now things are not well, it means it hasn't ended yet. So you can still make a difference. And just to let you know, I will share many quotes or sentences that I actually live by, and I will explain what is behind it. So you can just take something with you, maybe to follow in the future as well. A bit about my background as well. I have a bachelor degree in economics and business administration from the University of Tartu, from my own hometown. And then I have a master's degree in marketing and business innovation from Denmark, which is a Scandinavian country close to Estonia. So I moved there to do my master's degree. And right now I am back in Estonia, and I work at the University of Tartu, at the same university where I studied. And I work at the University of Tartu Institute of Computer Science. And I coordinate industry collaboration projects. So simply put, I coordinate the collaboration projects when companies want to do something together with the university, or we also create some collaboration formats for the students and the companies. So we are trying to make the higher education as practical as possible, come up with new programs and formats so the students wouldn't have only theoretical education, but they could get as much practice as possible as well. And my JCI life has been quite a ride already. I will walk you through. It's been such an adventure. So I actually found out about JCI in 2012, which is not that long time ago. But after that, it just took a whole lot of speed, and I just kept going. So 2012, I became the member candidate in JCI Estonia. I took part of one charity project and another charity project, and then I loved all the people around me, and I became a candidate. And right before I could dig into the life of JCI Estonia, I found out that I got accepted for the master's program in Denmark, as I mentioned before. So actually then I packed my bags and I moved to Denmark. And I ended up living there almost 5 years actually. So in that year, I left my JCI life behind actually. I moved to another country where I knew that the JCI chapters would also exist, but everyone spoke in Danish language, so I wasn't able to communicate with them. So I was thinking I will just learn the language first, and then I will find the JCI chapter to join. which is another wonderful thing about this organization, that even if you change countries, if you move somewhere, there is another JCI chapter to join, another JCI career to follow. So this is an amazing thing about the organization. So I was following my studies, and in 2013, at some point, out of nowhere, I just saw on Facebook actually that someone posted that they have a plan to start a new JCI chapter in my hometown. And it's an English-speaking chapter. I couldn't believe my luck because I wasn't able to speak Danish language fluently yet. So, and then out of nowhere, I can see a Facebook post where they say, hey, we're starting an English-speaking JCI chapter. If you're interested, join in. So I was basically the first person there right away. And then I ended up actually becoming one of the founding members. So we founded a new local chapter, an English-speaking chapter in a town called Herning. And I was actually very lucky where I was living because, for example, the previous JCI world president from 2006, Lars Heislund, was living in the same city with me in Denmark. So I had the honor to get a lot of trainings from him as well. 2015, I was then the local board member of this newly founded local chapter, and it was a bumpy ride in this sense that starting a new local chapter and getting it all going and getting enough members for it to be sustainable was very, very hard work. So we worked hard. And 2016, I was elected as the local president of this chapter. And I love this job. Let's say I did have a very tough year. I was just defending my master's thesis. I was looking for a job, and I was a local president. And although our local chapter was English speaking, then when I attended the JCI Denmark General Assemblies, these were still in Danish language. So I had to manage to understand and speak and express myself in Danish as well. So it was a very big challenge, but I guess that's why I loved it so much. And at the end of 2016, I quite suddenly decided to move back to Estonia. I got a job offer from Estonia, and since I had lived in Denmark almost 5 years, I had graduated the school, I had worked there. I felt that, okay, maybe it's time to go home and try out some things there as well. And since the Estonian JCs actually knew me from 2012 already, when I became the candidate, then they were really much looking forward to have me back. So as soon as I moved back to Estonia, I was already offered a project director position for the then outstanding young persons project in Estonia. So as soon as I got back, basically I arrived at the airport, I already became a project director in JCI Estonia as well. And 2017 was then the official year when I actually became the member of JCI Estonia. So we keep laughing that I was the longest member candidate because I became the candidate 2012, then I moved away for 5 years, then I came back and became a member. So it must be the record for being the candidate for 5 years. 2018, I was a member of the national board. I was vice president trainings and personal development. So I was developing the whole trainings part in JCI Estonia. 2019, I was the national deputy president. And this year I'm the national president of JCI Estonia. So I think when you look at my JCI life, as I said, in JCI world, there are no borders in this sense. So you can see I did the whole career on the local level in Denmark, then I moved to Estonia, and then I went on the national level. So it doesn't mean that when you move to another country, then you start from zero, because you have all the experience, you have all the knowledge, so you still keep climbing nevertheless that you changed the country. So I'm a very good example of that. And when I came back to Estonia, people really appreciated all the experience I had gained from Denmark. And actually, when I was the vice president of trainings, most of the new trainings programs that I started in Estonia was inspired from JCI Denmark. So I was happy to bring some things back with me as well. This is my national board this year. As you can see, actually, most of the members are ladies. The last national president was a lady. The next one will be, we have the deputy system, so we have already elected who is the next one. We have strong and empowering women in Estonia and very, very active as well. Although in JCI Estonia, we do have, the members are rather 50-50 men and women, but it just happens that the last year, this year, and maybe even next year, we have more female leaders in the national board as well to take the challenge, and I'm very happy about it. Okay, just a bit about JCI Estonia, because I'm not sure how much you know about it. I already mentioned that the country itself is much, much smaller than yours. But JCI Estonia was founded in 1989, which is also my birth year. So the organization is exactly as old as I am. That's why it's easy to remember. Last year, we celebrated 30 years of our anniversary, and you all know that we had a very big birthday party that we called the JCI World Congress. We are very happy to host it on our 30th of anniversary. Currently, we have 12 local chapters, around 250 members, and 111 senators who are mostly above the 40 age limit. Once again, I think I got the information that JCI Nepal has around 15,000 members, so very big difference. But when it comes to leadership, it's both ways has its challenges. When it's a lot of members or when it's less members, then it has its own challenges. The biggest projects or events that we have hosted by JCI Estonia is that 2006, we hosted the JCI European Conference, where we had around 2,500 delegates from 50 countries. And it was one of the most legendary conferences. I wasn't part of JCI yet, I was too young then, but I keep hearing right now when I travel around the world, I keep hearing about the European Conference 2006, how everyone loved it. So I guess it was a really good one. 2015, we hosted the JCI Nordic Conference. Nordic we have our own Nordic group, which is the Scandinavian and Baltic countries. So we really stick together, and we also hosted a special conference for this region where we had around 600 delegates. And the latest one last autumn was the JCI World Congress 2019, where we had more than 4,000 participants from more than 100 countries. And we have a very close connection also to the World Cleanup Day. If you have heard about this project, it's a worldwide. JCI Estonia particularly is not in charge of it, but many of our members were the ones who started this event all around the world. So, and we are close partners as well. So basically it's the same people behind two different organizations. So now you have a bit of a background, and afterwards, if you want to ask more questions about this, then let me know. But I was thinking that I will approach the leadership topic through my own experience, how I became the national president, what I have learned so far. It's only been 4 months, but you know, it's a very different year. No one expected the president year like this. And I will share some of the main things that I have learned, and I really hope that it's useful for you during this year when you're local president, and when you become national president, hopefully also JCI presidents, as it was mentioned before. One of the first things I want to share with you is that there's a saying that great leaders don't set out to be a leader, they set out to make a difference. And it's never about the role, it's always about the goal. So this is basically the starting point when you become a leader. It can be in any point in your life. It can be in JCI, it can be in your work, it can be in your hobbies, everywhere. That you have to understand yourself, why do you want to become a leader? Because if you want to do it simply because you have the title or just to be called the leader, then it won't work out that much because you don't know which way to go. It was very clear for me, I can share from my own experience. As I said, I lived in 2 different countries. And when I came back to Estonia, then everything I learned from JCI Denmark, everything they did differently. Our cultures are not that different, but JCI organizations are quite different. So everything I learned, I felt that when I came back that I really wanted to put this into practice, because otherwise if I would have just gotten this experience, then returned to Estonia and never used it, it would be in a way a waste for the organization, because I spent so many years seeing from the inside of another JCI organization, learning what they did, the amazing programs that they had. So at some point, I knew that I want to put this all into practice in my home country as well, and to develop every aspect of this organization. So for me, it was very clear goal that everything I learned, that's why I first became the vice president to develop the training programs, because I had a lot of experience in this, and I really much knew and felt that I have to give back. One of our senators in JCI Estonia told me the nicest thing last year when I was elected as the national president. She said that you can never give back to the organization as much as the organization has given back to you. So at some point when you realize how much you have gained from JCI, you feel that I cannot leave this organization before I have given back something. And I knew I couldn't give back as much as I've gained, but I will do my best. So this was basically the realization, maybe the biggest realizations before becoming the national president, that I very much felt inside that before I leave, not that I'm planning to leave yet, but before I leave at some point, I feel that I have to give back for everything I have gained, because I have thought about it a lot during the recent days, because we are all in the lockdown and trying to work from home, which is not that easy. And I have thought a lot about why I am in JCI, why I'm doing this. Actually, right now I'm putting more time into JCI than my whole own work life. And then I also realized that all the possibilities that I have received, this right here happening, that I'm speaking to more than 100 Nepali women, this would have never happened in my regular life without JCI. So I very, very soon realized that everything, all the doors it has opened for me. And today is the perfect example that I got to hear the first ever female national president, that I get to share experiences with you. I wouldn't have these experiences in my day-to-day life. So for me, it was very clear when I thought about this. The second thing, so the first thing, always know why do you want to become a leader. And even right now, when you already are leaders in your chapters, then just make sure that you know why you are doing this. And when you know when you can do this, why you are doing this, then I just found actually maybe a few minutes before joining this event, this quote by Mother Teresa, but I just like the content of it, that I can do things you cannot, and you can do things I cannot. Together we can do great things. So this is basically your input when you are forming the team around you. because you are all very strong leaders, but we all know that everything cannot be done alone. And this was actually the approach that I took when I was forming the national board around me, because I knew that I had planned so many changes, so many developments in the organization. So I really needed strong people around me. And when you are forming your dream team, let's call it this way, then don't include people who are exactly like you, because then there's no reason for including them, because you already have you. Try to always include people who are better than you in some aspects, so they can help you involve in these things. And as soon as you have this team, you have to create this togetherness and appreciation towards this team. And when I look at my national team right now, then every person is so different. At the very beginning, I was worried that I have no idea how this team will work out, because we are so extremely different. But right now, it's exactly why it's working out, because everyone has a different perspective. And if I would have taken into the national board, offered people who are exactly like me, then it would be just team full of me's, and there wouldn't be any way to develop. So always try to involve people who are different and better in some aspects than you. Then the most important thing after you have a team, if you don't have a plan for yourself, you'll be part of someone else's plan. That means that you have to have very clear goals and the plan that you want to follow. Because I understood very, very fast that people only want to follow you when they know where you are heading. You can have your own thoughts, what you want to do as a leader, but if you don't share them and express them as very clear goals and pathway, then people don't know whether they should follow you, whether they should join your team, because they don't know where you're heading. So actually, I took a lot of time, a lot of hours. I did a lot of reading to put together my plan of action, in this sense that I had really thought through what I want to achieve, how do I want to do it, and to make it very clear for all the board members, for all the local presidents, for everyone. I kept repeating this presentation over times and times, just to know that we're all on the same picture, just to know where we are heading. And actually, just to share you some also useful tips regarding my action plan right now, I followed the OKR framework, and we'll just, yes. I followed the OKR framework, which is in this sense very simple. It's about defining and tracking the objectives and their outcomes. So if in the future you would have interest in this, I can also teach you how to follow this, to set very clear objectives, how to get there, which initiatives you have to take. So this is just like a small tip for you, how to set your goals and to make a very clear pathway. So you can Google it or read about it if you're interested. Then moving forward, as I said in the very beginning, I'm the yellow color of the Insights wheel and all those personality tests, and I'm very optimistic and positive and going around smiling, which can be taken as a weakness sometimes by people. And I know that this is something that actually women leaders, female leaders are also struggling, because sometimes people feel that when you're nice to people and you're very optimistic and positive, then you're a weak leader, because, leaders are supposed to take tough decisions and things like this. So I'm here right now to tell you that this is all wrong. Being positive is not being naive. This is actually what is leadership. And today, in the year 2020, when we are all in lockdown at our homes, when we're not able to see other people, and actually when I had calls with all of my local presidents to see how they're doing, positivity was the #1 thing that they needed, because the first thing that they shared basically was, how hard it is right now, how they're struggling, how they feel that they don't know how to involve their members online. So it wasn't the time to be a tough leader or tell them how to do it. It was the time to be the positive, encouraging, optimistic leader. And right now, in the recent 5 weeks, this has been my main role actually as the national leader. So you never know what is the role that you have to take. As I said, we never knew that this year will come as it came. No one could prepare for that. But as soon as the crisis hit us, I knew that I have my own role. Of course, I'm still running the organization. Of course, we still do a lot of administrative and developing actions. But my main role right now is to keep the members together, to be the positive, encouraging leader for them. So just to tell you that, yeah, being positive, optimistic, smiling doesn't mean that you're a weak leader. This is sometimes all that your members need. And then this is basically the next step from the positivity. One of the things that I learned is that as I wrote down, people won't remember what you told them, they will remember how you made them feel. So maybe this is a very good insight for everyone, that you can be politically correct, but your members will still feel what was your thought behind whatever you said. So it's all about the way how you make them feel. Even if you say something out in a nice way, but everyone knows that actually you were criticizing or judging them, then they won't remember that you said it out loud, very politically correct, that you tried to be nice. They just remember how you made them feel. So the learning point from this is that always be sincere. It just doesn't matter how you write it down or how you say it out loud. It means how you feel and how you make them feel. So this as a leader is very, very important thing to remember. And for me, it was also a very big learning point that, yeah, this doesn't matter the structure of your sentence. It matters what you mean by this, and people remember how you made them feel in different situations. So right now, as I said, the main thing is to be positive, encouraging towards the members, and this is what they need. And this is what they appreciate very much on a daily basis, because I make them feel encouraged. And this is my biggest learning point. It can be the simplest thing, and maybe people are expecting much bigger learnings from the national leaders, but actually, personally, for me, this was the biggest learning point. That once you develop that it is what it is mentality, a lot of things stop bothering you. Actually, what it means that a few years ago, when I was still, let's say, climbing the leadership ladder, and female leaders have to prove themselves more, then I tried to always fix everything. I expected things to go my way because I really worked hard for it. So I felt that if I'm working really hard, the outcome should be what I'm expecting. And if it's not, I'm trying to fix it. And it actually caused me a lot of stress. And being a stressful leader is not that easy. But life doesn't work that way, that everything happens how you expect it to happen. And when you hit the unexpected or some outcome that you don't like, then the first thing is actually to come to terms with it. And then the next step is to find out the solution. So it's a very, very simple learning point, but I have learned now during the recent years as a leader to just come to terms to some of the things and keep reminding myself that it is what it is. And sometimes I cannot even change it. I don't have to be able to change everything. Sometimes I just have to tell this to myself that, okay, that's the situation. It's not what I expected. it's not what I worked for, but I'll take it as my own, and I'll see now, like, should I fix it somehow? Should I see it from another perspective, or it cannot be fixed and I just have to move on? So it has helped me a lot, because when becoming a leader, as I said, you work so hard and you have so many plans and goals, and you really want it to be your way, in this sense, that to fill your plans, but you really have to tell yourself that not always things go as planned. Yes, and then I want to come to the topic of networking a bit. So it's a very big part of JCI, as you all know, and why it's important for me is that actually your network. Oh, sorry. Your network is your net worth, and what I mean by that is that as I said before, this what we're doing right here, sharing experiences, this wouldn't be possible without the JCI network. All the people you know across the globe, because of JCI, this is thanks to networking. And this is one of the biggest things that has helped me in my work life, in achieving other goals, is the work network that I've kept. And I just wanted to remind you that also becoming a leader, being the leader, being an active member, networking is very big part of achieving what you want to achieve. And it's not only about collecting contacts, but it's about planting relations, as it says. It means that always choose quality over quantity. So, I mean, a big network is great. It's very great when you have a lot of Facebook friends, you have people from different countries to turn to, but the quality network is what gets you further. And you should invest your time and make some effort to create meaningful relations, because this is what I did when I was still in Denmark. I really worked hard to make very good connections with Danish JCs, and now they're very good contacts of mine. They're very good trainers. They're very good friends of mine that still help me in different things. As I mentioned, in my own hometown lived a former JCI president. And now when the crisis actually started, and I felt that my local presidents really need some kind of kick, then I contacted him, because I knew that he's a wonderful trainer and he can motivate everyone. And he was right away, Anette, I will be there for you, whatever you need, we will do a training. So always try to put your effort on making quality contacts. And the fact that right now we are sharing stories between Estonia and Nepal, this is something that will enrich culturally your network. If you have very good contacts across the world, from other countries, from Europe, in your work life as well, in your JCI life, then this is something that makes a great value when you can say that, yeah, I have very good partner, contact friend, let's say from Estonia. If you need something from there, you have someone to turn to. So it's not about just Facebook friends, but if you know where you're heading, what you need, what contacts you need for it, then make the effort, find the right people, and keep these contacts. I tried to make my presentation as short as possible. Actually, this was my last slide, just so I would have time to take rather more of the questions from the chat. And I will just take some things now that you have asked. Okay. There is a question that how can we encourage more women to participate in JCI programs, and what are the roles that women can play in JCI leadership? From JCI Sayana Shrestha Karmacharaya. Sorry if I'm very bad with your names. I think very important. Oh, yes, sorry.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. We have a different questionnaire session that
Okay.
will be led by, so I'm really sorry to interrupt you, Annette.
No worries. Yes, okay, then we will take
Any other delay, I would like to guide you all to the questionnaire session, which shall be led by the president of JCI Patan 2019, JC Mijash Chitrakar. JC Mijash Chitrakar, over to you.
Thank you so much.
I think it must be some technical problem there.
For the
Yes, Mijash, are you there? Excuse me.
hello, hello. Simnima, are you hearing my voice? Sorry, bit of technical errors here. So firstly, I would like to give this floor to GC Bimala Subedi, President for the 2020 JCI Dubai. Technical team,
Thank
can
you.
we have Bimala?
Thank you, Mr. Ceremony. Thank you, JCI Patan, for giving me an opportunity to ask the question. Good afternoon, Madam President Anit Moru. So my question is, family, career, and justice. What 3 points you would suggest to balance all this? Thank you.
Can you please repeat the question? I didn't understand very well.
Yeah. Family, career, and justice. What 3 points you would suggest to balance all this? Thank you.
Yes, perfect. Now I understood. Thank you so much for the question. So career, family, and JCI, the longest and the oldest question always. I do have some suggestions. I do have to say that right now I don't have kids and family, so this I cannot share from my personal experience. So first I would take the career part. So as I said, right now I work at the university. Previously, I worked as a marketing manager in one big IT company, which means I have always had jobs with very great responsibility. And I've never wanted to put them aside to do my JCI career. So first of all, as I said, it's very important for you to know why you're doing the JCI position that you're filling, or why do you want to take a leader position. But my greatest suggestion that has helped me in my life is that when it comes to my work, I have been very honest at my work environment regarding the JCI organization. Not everyone knows. I don't know how it is in Nepal, in Estonia. Not everybody knows about JCI. So at work, I couldn't assume people know what it is, but I explained them that I'm now the national president, and it takes a lot of time. And it's always the biggest struggle or the biggest concern that if I have to do my JCI work and maybe miss a work day or something for that, you know, will I be let go, or will the work, will my employer understand this? So it's very important that when you know already that you're taking the leadership position and that you have to invest a lot of time in it, that you talk about this with your employer in advance. So this is the step one, because this is how I approach this with my work. I talked with my employer, I talked with my colleagues, what is this position, what does it mean? And actually the most important thing is to make your employer understand why this position that you're taking in JCI is useful for them. It can be different in different areas where you're working, but for example, I could explain my employer that all the trainings right now that I'm doing in JCI, that I'm following all the leadership academies, none of the things my employer has to do. So he doesn't have to invest any money for developing or training me, because this is something I am doing on daily basis on JCI. I get my leadership experience from JCI. I get all the trainings from JCI. I have a worldwide network from JCI. So I made sure that he understands that it's a gain for actually him and the whole company, that what I'm doing in JCI, so he doesn't have to invest that much money for my trainings because I'm doing it in JCI already. So that was the first stepping point when it comes to just the terms with your employer and the company. But how to balance it all, at the very beginning, I was just winging it. I didn't know how to approach it. But very soon, I tried to put things together in this sense. I know it's not possible for every work position, but what I did, I was trying to find as many points where I can connect JCI and my work. So this has helped me a lot. So when it comes to, for example, I can bring you real life examples as well, that our national convention that is planned in autumn, I actually suggested that we do it at my university, and we are including people from the university as the speakers. So this is actually what I'm working on daily basis, creating events and promoting our university and our institute. So I try to find my way to put those things together, which means I also save that time, because now I'm dealing with JCI, but the same project is also my work project. So this is, if any way possible in your work life, try to think how to connect the JCI and the work that you're doing. But when it comes to family life, once again, the most important thing is communication. And I assume that you all know that. So when you have partners, when you have kids, that you communicated in advance the time that you need maybe alone, the time that you need for meetings, so there wouldn't be any disappointment that comes from your family or friends, that everyone knows that, you know, listen, this is my president year, I need to do these and these and things to achieve my goals. So the most important thing is to communicate to everyone around you what you need to do. And one more thing, previously I mentioned the OKR framework that I was following when planning my year. And one thing that comes with that framework is that famous 20-80 rule, that try to do the 20% of things that bring the 80% of the results. Because as a leader right now, you're also local leaders, you want to do everything. I know that you want to have the best president year ever. You want to develop your organization a lot. You want to do your best. I'm the same way, everyone wants to do that. But at some point, when you also have to consider with your work and family, you just have to make it clear, what are those 20% of activities that you really have to do to achieve your goals? And what is the nice to have things? So right now I'm trying more and more to concentrate on these things, to make sure that my work and family life would be balanced, that maybe sometimes there are things in JCI that I shouldn't do because this is not something that helps me toward my goal. I hope that helped you a bit.
Thank you so much, Senator. Now we've got a question from JC Sushila Paudel, President of JCI Hetauda. Please stand by Sajana Shrestha Karmacharya, President of Naldum Nagarkot.
Namaste. Warm greeting to the Lady President of JCI Estonia, who is present in this session. This is JC Shila Porel, the president of Etoda Lady JC. This question goes to Anit Moru. What are the policy made by JCI to empower women and make move of the women involving in social organization?
Can you repeat that second part, please?
What are the policy made by JCI to empower women and make more of the women involving in social organization?
So basically, how to involve more women into organization. Did I? Yeah, okay, simply put. Thank you so much. When it comes to involving not only women, actually right here, first of all, I wouldn't separate men and women. I would just want to start with the involvement thing is, when it comes to JCI, we can never forget that it's a voluntary organization, that people are here to do the things that they want to do and where they can learn from. So very important thing that I have learned is people want to achieve and develop their own ideas. So when it comes to involvement, I don't know very many members who want to do the things that someone else told them to. So it's a very important thing to create an environment where someone can come with their own idea, can get help from the rest, and then they can develop their own idea. So this is the biggest thing I've learned regarding the involvement. So you cannot just say that we need to do this. Who can please do it? It's very important to make your members feel that it's their own idea, that they are developing. It's this thing that they want to do, this thing that they want to learn. This is the biggest help for you to involve when it comes to also to women, but also other members. In Scandinavian countries right now, of course, as I said, we are rather 50-50 male and female, but we do have some projects. There can be new programs for, as we do right now, but I think it's very important to start empowering women, actually girls, when they are young. So I can make a small comparison. When right now we are talking about empowering female, then in Estonia, our latest project was actually to empower young people to become more entrepreneurial, which in this sense, it's different things, but how we approach this is actually, we created a program, JCI program, where we started giving entrepreneurial lessons and courses for the high school students to make them already think this way, that you can be an entrepreneur, you can create your own idea, you can develop it, you can make a business plan. And we involved a lot of experts who are helping them, who are guiding them, who are evaluating their ideas. So this is the same thing that can be done in JCI, that we should spark this empowerment already among the young girls, so they can feel that this is something I can do. It doesn't have to be other boys who are doing leadership positions, that we start this very early. So we wouldn't have to realize in our 20s and 30s that I can do it as well. So I would say it's very important to already involve young girls and do projects that empower them, so they have a feeling that I can be a leader and I can do and follow my dreams. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator. Now we've got a question from Sajana Shrestha Karmacharya, President of Naldum Nagarkot. And please stand by JC Kalpana Pandey, Butwal Lady President for the year 2020. Yeah.
Namaste. Thank you for this opportunity, Patan JCs. My question is how we can encourage more women to participate in JCI program, and what are the roles that women can play in JCI leadership? Thank you.
Very simple answer. What are the roles that women can play? Every role. Absolutely. The first question was already a bit similar for the previous one. So as I said, like my answer is still that when it comes to involvement, make sure that women can develop their own ideas. Make sure that you know what they want to achieve, because this is the empathic part of the leader who has to understand what are the things, and you help to reach them the goals. So they don't want to reach someone else's goals, especially when it comes to women. I know that. I want to reach my own goals. So for you as leaders, it's very important to understand what your members want to reach and how you can help them. So you wouldn't do it for them, but you would give them the tools to push for them to reach that goal. And yes, very simple answer for the second part. Women can take any role. Women can take any part they want, and just be examples, because right now here I can see a lot of people who are examples for others. So I just want to tell you that you would understand how important role you have in women empowerment, because if you wouldn't be local leaders right now, if you wouldn't show your leadership skills, if you wouldn't show that it can be done by a woman, things might be very different. So just don't underestimate how big role you have in this. And I'm very happy also that I can be a leader and I can show everyone that every woman can be a leader. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Annette. I'm sorry I called you Senator.
No worries.
Now we've got a question from JC Kalpana Pandey, President of Lady JCs, and please stand by Tarif from Bangladesh, Local Director.
Thank you so much, IPP of JCI Patan. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, IPP of JCI Patan, Honorable National President of JCI Nepal, Senator Ashu Shankar, Honorable National President of Estonia, Anit Moru, assigned national APPs, VPs, all the national officers, all the dynamic lady presidents, host chapter president, all the energetic members, past national first lady president of Nepal, and all the JCS members. Warm greetings from behalf of JCI Bhutto Lady. It's me, JC Kalpana Pandey, President of JCI Bhutto Lady 2020. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Program Coordinator Suman Krishna Shrestha and host chapter president JG Napith. My question is, being a woman, what types of challenges and opportunities you face during your journey from a lone member to national president? Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is something I will, one of the things I will repeat, as I mentioned in my presentation, as one of the first things that I have felt that being positive and smiling and helpful is taken as a weakness, is taken as a weak leader, that sometimes people feel that the leader has to be very tough and very strong. And I have felt this personally. But as I said, this is totally the opposite, especially right now during the times of crisis. The positivity and enthusiasm and encouragement is actually the main thing that the members need. But other than that, it can be in this sense difficult, first of all, to be a woman and then to be a young woman. So what I have experienced personally is when I started my career already in an international level, I was in my 20s. So it can be that people don't take you seriously because, well, you're a woman and you're also in your 20s. So it might happen that your input maybe or opinions are not taken that seriously. So you might have to do at the beginning some proving or, you know, try to prove yourself, but luckily for me, it hasn't been that difficult because Estonia and Scandinavia and Europe are rather equal regions. But I did feel this when I was younger a bit. But I turned it around very fast with the great ideas, and as I said, the planning I did. When I presented my goals, my path where I want to go, and as I said, people only want to follow you when they understand where you're going. So basically, it can come with the age or the sex or anything that you just have to show people where do you want to go and how are you planning to achieve those objectives. And then everyone will take you as seriously as they should take you. But yeah, as I said, mainly the optimistic, positive part, but I will continue to be a very optimistic and positive leader. And I think it's working out very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Annette, for your wonderful answer. Local, spelled your name correct? Technical team, can we have him?
এভাবে জিনিসটা হলে হবে কি we can actually go for it, otherwise মানে জিনিসটা ইন্টারেস্টিং হবে।
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, technical team, can we connect JCI Bangladesh Tariff, local director?
Hello?
Yeah, Tariff, it's your floor. Your question,
Oh,
please.
thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. I couldn't hear earlier, so let me just change for a while. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, now I think it's pretty clear now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good afternoon to everyone. This is Tariff. I'm a local director of a local chapter of Bangladesh, JCI Dhaka Uptown. So my question to Ms. Annette is, what is your opinion about voluntary leaderships and the leadership in politics of women? Do you think political leaders should come through voluntary organizations?
You mean come through? Okay. Okay, perfect. You mean that the leaders from the voluntary organizations grow to become the political leaders? You mean this way? Or
yeah,
you mean?
I mean, a lot of the people came to politics from political organizations. But what is your opinion that people came to voluntary organizations and then go to politics? Because I believe that helps people to understand people and then go for politics.
Absolutely.
What is
Thank
your
you.
thought?
This is an amazing question. Very good viewpoint. What I have to say, first of all, when I compare voluntary leadership and employed leadership, there is a very big difference when it can come from the motivation. First of all, the voluntary leadership, you can be sure that the person is doing it because they have the inner motivation to do it. And work-wise, sometimes it can be financial reasons or whatever else. But voluntary leadership very soon basically opens the area that you're passionate about, because you wouldn't do this leadership, you wouldn't put your free time, your effort in it if you wouldn't be passionate about this topic. So in this sense, yes, I do agree with you that if a person has put years and energy developing her or himself in a specific area as voluntarily without getting paid or any other incentives for it, then I do feel that they are more passionate and maybe even hardworking when they then move to the political area, because they have worked voluntarily in this specific area earlier, and they have seen the ups and downs and everything. Because when it comes to politics, I think it's not a secret, there can be like monetary incentives as well to take a position. But it's a very good viewpoint, and I actually agree with you that if people would come from voluntary organizations, they have proved themselves to show that they also do it voluntary. They're passionate about this topic. They have done it for years, and now they would take a leader position on a political level. So I thank you very much for this position, and I actually agree with you on a lot of levels.
Thank you so much, and truly wonderful answers by you. I guess we've come to the end of this questionnaire because we are out of questions, because we've shorted some questions which were similar to you. So now I would like to give this platform again back to Sumni Marai.
Thank you so much, the IPP of 2020, JCI Patan, JC Mijas Chitrakar, and of course, JC Annette Muru. That was quite a questionnaire session, but you guys were extremely smooth with it. Before moving forward, I would like to request all our participants to please check your chat box. You shall be sent a Google Form link. I would like to request you all to paste the Google Form link to your browser or Safari and fill up the form for your registration and your token of appreciation, your token of memento of today's session. Now, before almost coming to the end of the first session, I would like to hand over this floor to today's program coordinator, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha.
Thank you, MC. It's amazing, Anit, for having all the insight of leadership and motivating the ladies of Nepal. Just to let you know, the Sarah Kamal from JCI Bangladesh National President is already in. So she's listening you, Anit, and it's very good to share me that you both are the colleague for the JCI Academy in Japan. So, and you are the roommate, you both was the roommate also. So Sarah shared me that. I hope Sarah is listening me. So now we are going to end of this program, and still Sarah also, Anit also want to listen Sarah. So once we finish the Anit, she listening for Sarah also. She said me that. And it is a wonderful session we had today, and all of the ladies present have encouraged. I hope they are encouraged. You know? The reason only we're taking the lady question on with ladies is that we are only focusing today for the ladies. So we're taking on the lady question, but one of our friend from Bangladesh also we joined with him also. So I have a small token of memento for you. This Anit, this is the book written for Unreleasing Nepal. I will hand over you in World Congress or in our aspect in Cambodia or in World Congress Japan. I'll hand over this book for you. It's a small token of love for you from JCI Part and all our 30 LOM team. It's a book about Nepal, so I think you'll be great to know about Nepal also. So,
absolutely, I will do my homework and make sure to visit you in Nepal as soon as the borders open.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much being here and giving all the insight and outside of leadership, encouragement, and motivation to all the lady member of Nepal, along with the male member also. Thank you, Annette, for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha, and we really hope, Annette, that you loved your token of love. Saying so, it is now about time to thank everyone for their valuable presence in today's session. So, to deliver a thank you note, I would like to call upon the President of JCI Siddhartha Lady 2020, JC Tulasha Bhushal Pandey, to give us a vote of thanks.
I think she's having some technical error. Could you take ahead by Daisy?
Okay, moving forward. To every beginning, there is an ending. And now, before almost coming to the end of our session with Annette Muru, Ladies and gentlemen, to grace you all with a welcome remark and a vote of thanks, allow me to invite the first female president in the 50th year anniversary of JCI Patan. President of JCI Patan, JC Daisy Napit.
Thank you so much, Sumnima Rai. It's a huge change from when I started to know the real world. But what is really impressive is that the number of ladies in the organizations. The women working in the organization is a huge percentage now. When I was a kid, there used to be no women. It was just the leading lady mothers, perhaps the hairdressers or the makeup persons. But now it's the women leading the organizations. Good afternoon, respected National President of Estonia, Annette Moru, respected National Presidents of Nepal, Senator Ashok Shankar, Executive National Vice Presidents, all the national dignitaries, past national presidents, past presidents from various LOMs, councillors of 2020, Board of Directors, junior GCs, and all the respective guests present here. I, the first female president of JCI Patan 2020, JC Daisy Napit, wishes you all very warm greetings. For a modern woman to be able to keep it together while looking to all the responsibilities, she has to be a master of multitasking. Congratulations to all the women here for mastering the multitasking. The year 2020 has been a really challenge to every one of us. For JCI Patan, entering the glorious 50th years of empowering youths and adding up to it the pandemic all over the world. Like with the theme, change begins with us, and also celebrating 50th years of establishment, we really wanted to bring some positive changes in the society. And JCI Patan has started a change by bringing the first ever female president in its history. And today, during the breakdown, having the national female president of Estonia with all of us sharing the screen and speaking on the topic, women in the next Junior Chamber International Leadership, we believe we have stepped into the changes that we're seeking for. And we, women, are truly motivated and energized after hearing Annette's word. Thank you, National President of Estonia, Annette Moru, for sharing your time with every one of us. I believe everyone has set you as a role model, and everyone will be walking on the pathways that you have shown us. And I also believe any one of us will be leading the Nepal JCs in the days to come. Thank you, National President of Nepal, Senator Ashok Shankar, immediate National Past President, Senator Mais Paudel, past National Presidents, and all the delegates for attending the session. My biggest gratitude to the entire 30 chapters who have accompanied with us for today's session. And I would also not miss out my past presidents of JCI Patan, entire board of directors of JCI Patan, general members of JCI Patan, who have been working days and nights to make this a grand success. A biggest gratitude to JC Kusal Bhakta Joshi, JC Jajwaliman Joshi, JC Yajula Dongo, and JC Yash Shrestha for being the backbone and looking after all the technicals today. Also, thank you JC Dilip Chaudhary for all the graphics and designings. Thank you to our past president, national past vice president, DO of APDC, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha for creating this platform for every one of us. Also, I'm grateful to my IPP, JC Mija Sitrakar, and Joint Secretary, JC Sumnima Rai, for smoothly handling the event. Thank you, everyone. We hope to stay connected. We hope we all will stay home until this pandemic gets over. Stay safe. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, JC Daisy Napit. We really look forward to see many female presidents in the days to come. Due to some technical errors, the president of Siddhartha Lady could not be with us a few moments earlier. So I would like to invite the president of JCI Siddhartha Lady 2020, JC Tulasha Bhushal Pandey, to share her remarks with us now.
Hazur.
Technical team.
Hazur.
Technical team, could we please have JC Tulasha Bhushal Pandey, president of JCI Siddhartha Lady?
Yes, I am here. Thank you, Master of Ceremony, JC Sumnima Rai. Good afternoon, everyone who are present over here. I am delighted to be with you at this interactive program organized by JCI Patan. Myself, JC Tulsa Bhushal Pandey, on the behalf of JCI Siddhartha Lady, I would like to thank JCI Patan for organizing such an informative and motivative program inspire the next woman in JCI leadership. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to our speaker, 2020 National President of Estonia, JC Enetmuru, for kindly donating her time to share her valuable experience with us. Being a female, you stand in front of us knowing how difficult it is to rise up a lady in a society like this. We are eager to something that make everyone proud, but we have been imposed so many questions, because of which we are unable to do it. By seeing you like this inspire us, you are inspiration, and I hope we all together inspire the overcoming generation to achieve what they wish. At last but not least, I want to thank JCI Patan, 2020 President of JC Deji Napit, past President of JCI Patan, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha, and all the JCI Patan 2020 team and all the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, President. Truly, Annette has been a remarkable inspiration to us throughout this session. Thank you all our audience for being such a supportive participants, and we really hope that Annette's insights will help guide you to lead wherever you go in the days to come. And ladies and gentlemen, please don't go anywhere, because now we have another esteemed speaker for today's session on Inspire the Next Woman in JCI Leadership. The National President of JCI Bangladesh 2020, JCI Senator Sara Kamal. Subha Aparna, and it is an absolute honor for me to be a part of such women empowerment session today. Along with the 50th year anniversary and the first female president of JCI Patan, it is a wonderful feeling to witness such huge participation in a session on women empowerment. So to acknowledge and welcome everyone, I would like to call upon the Development Officer of APDC 2019 and 2020, the National Vice President of JCI Nepal 2019, and the President of JCI Patan 2018, and also the Program Coordinator for today's session, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha. Technical team, could we please have JC Suman Krishna Shrestha on screen?
Thank you, today's MC. As we know, we are now going, the next session with the Sara Kamal, the National President of JCI Bangladesh, respected 2020 JCI Nepal National President, JC Ashok Shankar, 2020 Lady VP of JCI Nepal, JC Shobha Kharel, Ladies VP of JCI Nepal, JC Rama, JC Kanchan, and JC Manju, assigned EVP for ASC, JC Gokul Sakota, assigned VP for JCI Patan, JC Dhiraj Sahi, national officials, international director, national appointees, past national president of JCI Nepal, all the LOM president, board, and general member of ABCD, our future junior JCS members, and all the past national officials, JCI Patan President 2020, JC Deji Napit, JCI Patan Board, general members, and all the teams, accept my warm greeting from the FPDC Development Officer 2020, 2019, 2020, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha, and National Vice President of JCI Nepal 2019. I'm so excited and very happy that you are all here to listen to our next National President, Sara Kamal. Whoever said that women belong to the kitchen never saw them lead. So to JCI Nepal to have a session that inspired the next women in JCI leadership. So now we are here to welcome our next national president from JCI Bangladesh, from Asia and the Pacific, JC Sara Kamal. So I want to welcome you, National President Sara. It's very happy, and I'm very pleased that you agree my request to speak and come for something for the JCI Nepal ladies member along with the male member. I just want to let you about Nepal. Nepal is the country for the birthplace of Buddha, and the country of the highest peak of world, Mount Everest, and country where 8 world highest peak lies in Nepal, and country of living God, Kumari, country having the lady president, country of CNN heroes, and country of Himalayas, country of 7 UNESCO designated World Heritage Site, and country having different structure flag with the sun and the moon, country of different festival and 100+ ethnic group, and the country who never ruled by any other country. This is the Nepal. Welcome to Nepal, Sarah, in the virtual world. So might you know is amazing for you that this is the program where we want to uplift the girls and women to make them more thrive to greater, stronger in JCI. So all this 30+ slum of JCI Nepal, Meshinagar lady, Pirita lady, Itari lady, Duhabi, Thankuta lady, Rasbiras, Bhirkot, Hetoda lady, Narangat lady, Saura lady, Pokhara lady, Sadhanagar, Balaju, Branilkantha, Patan lady, Bhaktapur lady, Kathmandu lady, Naldam Nagarkot, Kavra lady, Butol lady, Siddhartha lady, Dang lady, Dhangadi lady, Doti, Saina Maina, Lamahi, Lamki lady, Ramgram lady, Surket lady. These all are the part of today's program. So again, I want to welcome you, Sarah, and I will let you know that this is our 50 years of establishment of JCI Patan. So we are taking the initiative to have such a beautiful program and connect the national president from Bangladesh to all the Nepali lady LOM president. So I want to welcome to Sarah, not being a late. So welcome, Sarah, and again, namaste.
Thank you so much, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha. And once again, not physically, but virtually, welcome to Nepal, JCI Senator Sarah Kamal. And moving forward, there is this saying that behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. A saying by Katie Kine, and I could not agree less. So at this time, I would like to invite the president of JCI Itari Lady 2020 from Area A, JC Roshna Thapa, to bring greetings to our speakers and our participants here.
Hello. Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony. Good afternoon, everyone. Our National President, and today's our JCI Bangladesh National President, JC Sarah Kamal, all the national officers, all the national VP, EVPs, all the national lady president, all beautiful lady presidents out there, and all of the gentlemen too. First of all, I'm JC Roshna Thapa, President 2020 from Itohari Lady JC. I would like to welcome you all for this beautiful session. And yes, firstly, even in my welcome speech, I would like to mostly thank to Patan JCs because in this beautiful session, I'm so much excited and I have so many words here to extend in front of you. In the Annette Moro's session, I have so much inspired, even from her age and even from her so many words, I'm so much inspired. So even I hope for the great session ahead from JCI Bangladesh National President Sarah Sharma too. So thank you very much. I would like to say thank you very much, JCI Patan JC's President, JC Daisy Napit, even Mijas Tamrakar, Suman Shrestha sir. I would like to thank you more. We are so much inspired today, and hopefully we hope for the such kind of interaction programs ahead too. And in this panic situation of COVID-19, you are doing really great job here. So we are so much excited. I don't want to say anything more. At last, on behalf of our Itohari Lady JC's family and on behalf of our Patan JC's family too, I would like to welcome you all. Welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, JC Roshna Thapa. And of course, this session would not have been possible without all your support and love from different chapters of JCI Nepal. Moving right along, I would like to invite now the president of JCI Lamahi 2020, JC Sapna Pandey, to share her remarks with us.
हजुर खै त तिम्रो बन्दुक पकेटहरुमा छ
रोशनाजी हजुरको स्पिकर माइकले अलिक काम गरेको छैन होला एकताल चेक गर्नुस्
There must have been some technical error. I would like to move along. Now I would like to invite another esteemed profile. Could we please have Sapna Pandey, technical team, the president of JCI Lomahi, JC Sapna Pandey. Okay, I guess she's not here right now. So moving along, I would like to invite another esteemed profile, the national president of JCI Nepal 1999, and the first female JCI VP of 2000, JCI Senator Kriti Tuladhar, to share her words of wisdom with us now.
Sumnima, Kriti Tuladhar ma'am is not available in this session right now.
Really sorry for this. Let's move along. Now I would like to invite the female Vice President of JCI Nepal 2020, JC Kanchan Jha Thakur, to bring greetings to this session.
Thank you, MC. All the dignitaries, warm greetings from Vice President of JCI Nepal. First of all, I'd like to welcome Sarah Kamal, President of JCI Bangladesh, virtually, but I would like to meet you some other time. After that, I would like to congratulate JCI Patan and Suman Krishna Shrestha for bridging the gap and connecting JCI Nepal with worldwide JCs in this COVID situation. I would like to also thank all the technical teams, and after meeting 3 women eminent leaders of Nepal, now is the time to meet the 2 leaders internationally, and thank you JCI Patan, meeting them all and making it possible. Really, these all will help to motivate all the young women and help to inspire all the young ladies out there in our country. It is definitely going to motivate the women leaders for this, and I would like to congratulate all the young leaders, all the young ladies councillors present over here in this session, and congratulations JCI Patan for 50 years of your celebrations. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, JCI Nepal VP. Now there's some technical errors there. Now further again welcome remarks. I'm going to pass the floor. Thank you, Kanchan, for the thing. Now there's some technical errors there. So now for again the welcome remarks, I want to pass the floor to JC Kalpana Shrestha from 2020 President of JCI Budani Kanta. Technical team, please pass to Kalpana Shrestha. Yeah.
Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Thank you, Suman Krishna. I'm JC Kalpana Shrestha, President JCI Buralin Kantha 2020. It's my great pleasure to welcome JC Sara Kamal from JCI Bangladesh. We all are very pleased to welcome you by these sessions. Hope every participant will get a great opportunity to have the interactions by your inspiring thought. And also thank you, JCI Patan, for this opportunity to be participate and giving me a chance to welcome JCI Sara by my few words. Thank you. Over to you, JC Suman.
Thank you. Thank you so much, JC Kalpana. Now, for the greeting remarks, I want to put the Kriti Tuladar. She is a past national president of 1999 and 2000 JCI BP, first female BP of JCI. So please, the floor goes to Ms. Kriti, ma'am. Kriti, ma'am, can you hear us?
Namaste.
Yeah, please, Kriti, ma'am. Yeah, we are listening. Please, the sound is disturbing. Please, yeah.
You mute on by.
Ma'am, you are audible right now, but your bandwidth is very low.
Sunu Bacha, are you hearing me?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, loud and clear.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I am very happy to see you all. Hearing me? No.
I think your network is very low, Kriti. Yeah, network is very low. Your bandwidth is very low, I think. Yeah, we'll join you again, Kriti ma'am. Now, let's welcome technical team. We'll join again the Kriti ma'am because the network is very low. Yeah, now let's welcome our 2020 National President of JCI Bangladesh, Senator Sara Kamal. Senator Sara Kamal. Sara holds a bachelor's degree in marketing and media and mass communication. She's a consultant by profession. She also holds a director position in the family-run business of intending and solar company. She has been serving as a treasurer of School of Hope School for the past 6 years. She's also the director of cricket franchises in BPL named Rajasthan Royals. She joined JCI in 2011 and she has held the many leadership positions in JCI. And she also served as an APDC DO in 2012-2013, assigned for JCI Vietnam. In 2014, she was appointed at JCI as a JC UN Affairs Committee members for Asia and the Pacific. So now, please, the floor is for the Sara, 2020 National President of JCI Bangladesh. Welcome, Sara.
Thank you so much, Suman, for inviting me here. Very good afternoon to everybody and namaste. I'm Sara Kamal, the National President of JCI Bangladesh. I hope all of you can hear me. And I hope during this session there is no technical difficulty. I really hope so. Well, I think this is a very good initiative that JCI Nepal has taken. And before I start, I think I would like to thank the National President of JCI Nepal, Ashok Shankar, for allowing the local organizations to initiate this. And of course, JCI Menchinagar lady, JCI Birata lady, Itahari lady, Duhabi, Dhankuta lady, Raj Biraj, Nayaran Ghark lady, Sauraha lady, Pokhara lady, Sharda Nagar, Balaju, Budhalin Kanta, Patan lady, Bighort, Kathmandu lady, Naldum Nagarkot, Navre lady, Bhutkal lady, Siddharth lady, Dhangadhi lady, Saina Mania, Surket lady, Gram lady, Namki lady, Lakshmi, Doti, Dang lady, Hetauda lady, Bhat Kapur lady, and Lamahe. Thank you very much. I hope I have mentioned everybody. And of course, the MC and everybody present here, all the national officers, local presidents, and the heart of our organizations, our beloved members. A very good evening. So today's topic is women in JCI leadership. As you can see, I'm here serving as the national president of JCI Bangladesh, and I can see so many faces of so many beautiful ladies who are in leadership position in JCI Nepal, be it in your local organization, be it in your national organization. I think this is just fantastic, and it shows what JCI Nepal is. I mean, it's fantastic, and I think it's an honor for me to sit here and virtually meet all of you. I hope one day I can meet all of you face to face. So women in JCI leadership. First of all, the first female national president in the whole JCI world was actually in JCI Nepal, from JCI Nepal. That is late Lakshmi Lal Shrestha, the first JCI national president in 1971. So I think JCI Nepal already knows, and they always, I think, look for female leadership. The number of female NPs for the year 2020, I would say out of 100%, it is about 25% to 30%. Now, you may ask that why are women not coming in leadership? There are various factors, but how do we address them? We never say why male are in leadership, but today, and most of the time we say why female are in leadership. But if you see the contribution in terms of work, in terms of commitment, male to female, you'll see that the contribution is same when they're in the entry level. The first female world president in JCI was in 1988 from Hong Kong, Jennifer Yu. So far, there are only 4 female world presidents, and you can understand how many years JCI is. It's more than 100 years, and in more than 100 years, there's only 4 world presidents. We have to take the responsibility. We have to envision our future. If we do not envision our future, then it's not going to work. Now let me talk about my journey in JCI. I joined JCI back in 2012. I am one of the very few lucky person who have got support from almost everybody that I've worked with. But of course, there were drawbacks. Because when women are in leadership, if she's a bit tough, she's known as bossy. Whereas if it's a man, they say, wow, he's very bold. Am I right? One thing I would like to say is when I joined JCI in 2012, I actually didn't join JCI with the mindset that, one day I'm going to become the national president. I joined JCI in 2012 and then attended my first international conference in Taiwan, Taipei. I think that was a life-changing experience for me. I say that because when you go to JCI international conferences, you see and you understand what JCI is. And that is very, very important. But we see that, and I have also seen personally, that after 2012, in 2013, I was elected and I was given, I was the founder president of JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan. During that time, I was the only female local president in my tenure. Now, I am the 3rd female president of JCI Bangladesh, and JCI Bangladesh has been there since 1971. So you can understand. So that means somewhere it is going wrong. You know, as women, we have, you can see that in leadership, we hold both a fatherly and a motherly figure whenever we are in leadership. Sometimes we are tough, sometimes we go soft. But why are we not being able to ride up the ladder? That is because, you know, when as a woman, we have some motherly instincts. That's what I feel. By the way, I'm a mother of two. I have two beautiful daughters. One is Nisa, she's 8 years old. Another is Ozina, she's 3 years old. So when I started JCI, because I gave birth to my daughter in 2012, January, and I joined JCI in 2012. So initially I was not that serious about JCI, but once I attended the international conference, I became very serious about JCI. I was like, wow, this is a very nice place. This is somewhere where not only I can develop myself as a person, as a leader, or as a community, as a leader, but also I think I can do something for the community. I can give back something to the community. In 2012 and 2013, I was appointed as the, like Suman said, that I was appointed as the development officer for Asia and the Pacific for JCI Vietnam. And in 2013, I was the local president, and I was also serving as the DO. But I think I had a very good support system. When I say I had a very, I still do have a very fantastic support system. I mean that my mom and my mother-in-law, especially my mother, I think she's like, okay, fine. You do what you want to do. I can take care of your daughter. Because for a man, you don't have to think about these things that, oh, I need to take care of my daughter, of my children, whether it's a son or a daughter, and, you know, do this and do that. Because as women, we have more responsibility. But it is also very important that as women in workforce, because if you're not in the workforce, then your economy is actually suffering a lot, because the contribution of women in economy is very important. Now, in 2013, like I said, I was a local president. I think I was, I got the best local organization award from the national president back in 2013. And in 2014, I was both a treasurer and I was appointed by JCI as the Union Affairs Committee member for Asia and the Pacific. So I had to travel to New York for the Global Partnership Summit. So all these times, whenever I was traveling, I had to leave my daughter behind. And it was a very difficult time for me because, you know, she means so much to me. And, you know, whenever I was going, she was sad and everything, but my mother, you know, really took care of it. But one thing that I have to say is that I have a very good partner. That's my husband. He's also in JCI. He's this year he's serving as a JCI treasurer. So I think all this time he's been really supporting me. But what happened was when both of us are in JCI, of course, at times there's going to be conflict because he has his own point of view of doing things and I have my own point of view of doing things. So when we are home, we try not to talk about JCI because that's also very important, because when you do, at times, you know, there's a clash. And then what happened was, I think in 2015, I was a vice president. 2016, I was a secretary general. 2017, I was the development chair, Bangladesh development chairperson. 2018, I was the general legal counsel. 19, I was executive vice president. And then I attended the JCI Academy. And finally, in 2020, I became the national president. So in JCI, I have literally served all the positions. But coming back to the point, it was not an easy journey for me. Because when women are there, I think there are few people, no, I'm not talking about guys, by the way, it's both men and female, they will try to bring down the person. People will often, I even heard someone telling me that, oh, I think you spend too much time in JCI, maybe you should spend some time with your family. And I was thinking, that actually made me think, am I doing something wrong? Am I not actually spending time with my family? But you need to believe yourself. You know yourself better than anyone else in the world. Trust me on that. And you are your own decision maker. If you can divide your time, then I think there's nothing wrong. Because I think as women, we can do, we are multitasker. We can do too many things together. And that is not a problem for us because that is how our body just works. That is how our system works. For example, worldwide, especially in the Southeast Asia region, you can see that we have a lot of female leaders. In Bangladesh, for example, our prime minister is a leader, our opposition party is a leader, female leader, and our speaker is a leader. So that means we are at times promoting leadership, but I think somewhere we are not motivating ourselves, or we are compromising somewhere. For example, during my JCI tenure, when I was the National Secretary General, I conceived. That was my second baby. And in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? Because that was not a planned baby. So I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? You know, I really want to be the national president one day. And, you know, I could see that that future. But then again, having a baby, and I already had one daughter, and then having the second one, I think that was a commitment. I was thinking, how am I going to balance everything? And I remember when I told my mom first, and when I actually found out that I was pregnant, that was the night we actually flew to Asia Pacific conference. And I didn't tell my mom. I was like, oh my God, I cannot tell my mom now. And I actually went there and I called my mom and I was like, oh mom, I have to tell you something. I think I'm pregnant. And she's like, what? No, I cannot take care of the baby anymore. You know, I'm taking care of one. No, I cannot take care of another one. So I was like, uh-oh. That's going to be a trouble, because, you know, next year I have plans, and maybe next 2 years. So what am I going to do? And I was like, okay, let's just go with the flow. So I hadn't actually disclosed about my pregnancy till I was like 5-6 months. And then someone found out and they just spread it in JCI that, oh, she's pregnant. Oh, that means, you know, it's the end of her career in JCI. Oh, that's good. That's good. Because, you know, one thing, whether you're a male or a female, doesn't, despite your gender, when you're going up the ladder, you're going to have a lot of enemies. There are going to be a lot of people who will want to pull you down. And especially when you're a girl, you know, they'll try to figure things out like, oh, okay, she's pregnant, she's married, she's this, she's that. But I think all of this, that just makes me a stronger person. Because when someone tells me you cannot do this, your commitment level is low, I make sure I give my 1000%. That's how I work. So don't let anyone tell you that, you know, you're going to get married, so you cannot take the next leadership role. You're dating somebody, you cannot take a next leadership role. You have your brother, your father, your husband in this organization, so there's going to be a conflict of interest, so don't take the leadership role. You're going to have a baby, don't take a leadership role. When someone tells you don't take the leadership role, you need to believe in yourself, and you really need to take that leadership role. Because if you don't, then someone else is going to grab that opportunity. And opportunities are very rare. For one opportunity, there are 100 people waiting to go and grab it. So that is something you need to keep in mind. So in 2000, like I said, in 2016, you know, people thought I'm not going to attend any of the conferences, because I actually delivered in January. And I think the conference in World Congress in Canada was about in October or November. So it was quite big. But I actually went. I attended the conference, I came back, then we had a national convention. And it was outside Dhaka. It was in a different place. And they thought I'm not going to go. And I actually went again. So whenever someone tells me that I can't do it, I make sure I do it and I prove them wrong. You know, there is a disadvantage, I tell you. My husband often tells me that I'm very competitive. So when he says I'm competitive, maybe he also thinks that I'm competitive when it comes to him as well. But that's how I am. That's how I work. You need to really, like I said, you really need to believe in yourself. For example, few minutes earlier, we had Ms. Kriti Tuland, the 1999 JCI National President and 2000 JCI, first JCI Vice President from Nepal. Take her as a role model. Ask her what was her journey. Maybe when you learn about her journey, then you can take the next step. Then you can figure out what to do. Because that is also very important. You need to know that this is what I want. And when you join JCI, you need to have a plan. It's not only in JCI, it can be anywhere. It can be your workplace, it can be your family, it can be any other volunteer organization, but especially JCI. You know, in JCI, people often say that, you know, it's a volunteer organization, but I think I have repeated myself like 1000 times that I do not think it's a volunteer organization, because we are not volunteers. We are all working professionals. we are here because we are committed to make a change. So please don't call yourself, I mean, a lot of people say it's a volunteer organization, but that is something I just do not agree with. When I attended the JCI Academy in Karizawa, Japan last year, I have met fantastic bunch of women who actually pulls each other up and not pulls each other down. That is something you need to do. When someone is doing good in a local organization or a national organization, please don't say that, you know, she got it easy because she has connections or her network is better. Well, if her network is better, that's good for her, and maybe you should learn that as well. Because often, you know, as female, especially being from this part of the region, we think that networking is not good. But if you're not going to network, how are you going to utilize your resources? Do it for the betterment of the society, do it for the betterment of the community, do it for the betterment of your own self. I think networking is very, very important. So utilize all the resources that you have. I know often in this part, and I'm saying this because I know that India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, we have often a mentality that a woman's place is in the kitchen. Well, guess what? I think till last year, I didn't know how to cook. I know this sounds really funny and weird, but it's true. I never in my life, I went to the kitchen. In my mom's house, we had all the helps. When I got married, and I've been married for 10 years, touch wood, I never went to the kitchen. And then one day, my daughter writes in her class that my grandmother makes very tasty food. And then the teacher actually cuts it off and says, I think it should be mother. And then she actually corrects her teacher again. And she's like, no, it's my grandmother, because my mother doesn't know how to cook and she never cooks anything. So I think that actually made me realize, okay, maybe it's time I learn how to cook, and maybe I should go to the kitchen and learn something. And I think this quarantine has given me that opportunity of going to the kitchen, experimenting different dishes. And I guess what? I think I'm a very good chef. I think I have, if nothing works out in my life, maybe being a chef is a career that I can take. So I think don't let others tell you. Even when you're in your, especially in JCI, I say, because I know this, that when you're a local president, it's very difficult. Especially I can see that there are a lot of female lady chapters in JCI Nepal. For example, in JCI Bangladesh, we do not have a chapter dedicated to only female members. I think that is a very good thing that JCI Nepal has. And I think even JCI Japan have that. But that's good. That's very, very good, because, you know, it's a chapter filled with women. But like I said, when I was a local president, when I was elected as a local president of JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan, it was a chapter with both male and female. Oftentimes, you know, there are going to be people who are going to think that, okay, she's a female president, maybe she's, you know, she can get the work done. Okay, you know, give her some simple tasks. But you need to challenge yourself. You need to know what you want to do. That is very, very important. If you do not self-assess yourself, then there are going to be people who's going to actually come and assess you, and maybe their assessment is not right. Because like I said previously, you should be your own role model. Trust me, I love myself, and I think I'm my own role model. I never look for any other role model. I think I know myself better. I don't need to go and ask others, okay, can you tell me what can I do and what can I not do? Because you know your capacity, and that is very, very, very important. I know, like I was saying, that the mentality of Nepal or India, Bangladesh. Let me talk about Bangladesh, because, you know, I'm a Bangladeshi, that, you know, women they belong to the kitchen. If they're very career oriented, be it in their job or be it in their workplace or be it in any of the organization, and especially in JCI, they think that they're very greedy. People often term them as greedy. People often term them as, okay, maybe she doesn't have any family life, so she doesn't prioritize. Maybe she's not a good mother, she's not a good daughter, she's not a good wife. But don't let these things get you down, because the people who are actually saying these things are the people who are very insecure about you. Insecure that one day you're going to come there and take their position, grab their position, and, you know, you're going to be a better leader than they are or they ever were. So don't ever, ever let anyone tell you that. often we say that, females are loud, they say, okay, I think I have one question here. Yes, Sarah, madam, we must believe ourselves, but how can we manage all criticizers due to we cannot ignore always? So give us some ideas. Okay, when it comes to criticizers, one thing I do is I never ever let anyone or anything ruin my peace of mind. I believe you might be going through the worst of situations. Trust me, in my JCI career, I went through from top to down to everywhere to nowhere to a lot of things. I went through a lot of things. And coming this from me, take my word, when I said that, there will be criticizers telling you that you do not prioritize your family, you do not prioritize your parents, your children, your husband, your family, whatever it is. Don't let it bother you, because that is their intention. They want to bother you. They want to put it in your head. They want to inject the thought that you're not good enough. And you need to know yourself that, yes, you are the best. Forget about not being good enough. You are the best. Whatever you do, you're the best in that. Criticizers are always going to be there. They're going to say that, oh, she went up the ladder, she became a local president, she became the national president, or she became, she's in the board, or she's doing something, COC of a really good event. Oh, maybe, because she's a girl, she got it easy. Don't let these things bother you. I know there are a lot of various things people say, but don't really let it bother you. Criticizers are always going to be there to pull you down. But like I said, over here, you need to be strong. Like I said, during this 8 years, 9 years in JCI, I went through a lot of things, up, down, but peace of mind is something that you cannot compromise or sacrifice for anyone or anything, not even for your partner or your children. That is something you need to have. If you let things bother you, it's going to bother you. But if you do not let it bother you, if you be like, no, my peace of mind is my top priority, and I'm not going to let anyone or anything bother me. Trust me, try that, it's going to work. Okay, so I think we have some more, a great inspiration for, oh, that is a director of JCI Dhaka Uptown, Tarif. Thank you so much, Tarif. So your question is, what wins the race? Is it a strategy or a determination? I think it's both. It's a combination of both. If you have a strategy but not a determination, maybe you're not going to go there. If you have a determination but not a strategy, then maybe you're not going to win the race. So you need to have a combination of both strategy and determination to win the race. I think we have some more. Do we have some more questions over here? I think I missed the previous question. Okay, so anything you guys want to ask me, please do. You can ask me in the questions, or maybe
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, JC Sarah Kamal. Actually, we have a different questionnaire session. So that was a really nice experience you've been sharing with us so far. I mean, that's something we all should look forward to, because women should be supporting other women. Women should be empowering others, because when one woman empowers others, incredible things happen. So we have a lot of questionnaires that has been sent to us. So without any other delay, I would like to hand over this questionnaire session to the IPP of 2020 JCI Patan, JC Mijas Chitrakar. Over to you, JC Mijas Chitrakar.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sumnima Rai. Senator Shara, I've got some questions. So I'll be moderating some questions to you. So firstly, we've got a question from JC Susma Paurel, JC President of Birta Lady JCs 2020. Yeah, please.
I think there's some technical difficulty.
Start my video.
Could we please have JC Sushma? Yes, she's online, I think. Technical team, could we please have her on Spotlight? JC Sushma Poder, I think she's not with us here right now. So moving along to another question, we have a question from JC Sapna Chetri Prajapati, the president of Bhaktapur Lady JCs 2020. The technical team, could we please have JC Sapna Chetri Prajapati here? Do we have her here? Okay, then let us take another question from JC Roshna Thapa. JC Roshna Thapa. Yes.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremony. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
It's been so great hearing you, your experiences, your passion, your everything. Your words means a lot to us. We are so much inspired from you, and obviously we have the same session, I think, because I'm also a mother of 2 babies, and I have had the same journey like you. And I would like to ask you that what would you like to suggest for the all moms who wants to continue their social lives too and their family too?
Okay, so
Over to you.
I think what I would like to tell all the mothers is, yes, of course, you're a mother, but more than that, you're a human being. You're you. I'm Sarah. I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a mother, but before all that, there are a few things that I need to do for myself. Otherwise, throughout your life, at some point of your life, you're going to have the guilt that, okay, I haven't done this because, I decided to sacrifice this for either my children, for my family, or whatever it is. One thing I would like to tell you is it's about making, tabling your time properly, how you want to allocate your time. Because in a day, we have 24 hours. So not all 24 hours you're going to be with your children. And if there is a possibility of getting help from your family members, be it your mother, your mother-in-law, or getting some sort of nanny or a helper, that actually works. We always, oftentimes we think that, okay, I'm going to leave my children with a nanny or someone else, I'm scared what's going to happen. Put a CCTV. The world is so small now. There's so many options we have. You can always see what they're doing, right? You do not have to be with them 24/7. And if you are with them 24/7, I think at one point you're going to exhaust yourself. So I think prioritize your time. Like in this day, this is how much I'm going to give my children, my family, my work, my social commitment, because I do everything. I get up every day when it's a normal day and not this pandemic that we're going through. I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. I drop my daughter in a different part of the city for her school. I come back, I pick up my other daughter, I drop her to the daycare, and then I come back and I nap for like 30 minutes. It's like 8:39. And then I start my day. I have to social commitment, and then when you're a national president, it's like a full-time commitment that you have to do. There are so many local organizations, and then they have their events, they have their problems, so you need to solve that as well. So I think it's about how you allocate your time. Trust me, because I think especially our generation, we spend a lot of time in the mobile phone, and that is also something maybe you need to prioritize on, that okay, no, maybe yes, I will use the phone maybe while I'm like going somewhere or something like that, because you utilizing your time and your resources properly, that is very important. So I think that is what I personally believe, that you have to know how you're going to spend your time. Maybe you can for example, if you have a GCI event, not every day we have GCI events, right? Maybe twice a week or once a week, or in 1 month, maybe 5 times, 6 times. That also maybe for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours max. So you can plan out your week, that in this week, in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, this is what I'm going to do. So I think also planning it in advance, I think that also helps, especially when you're a mother of 1 or 2, or if you're planning to have a children. But please do not let anyone or anything, especially also yourself, tell you that because you're a mother, you cannot take the next leadership role in JCI. Because trust me, you can, because it makes you, being a mother, that doesn't make you weaker, but it should make you stronger. At least in my case, it did. I did everything. I'm still doing everything, being a mother of 2. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator. Now I would like to give this another question to you by JC Sapna Chetri Prajapati, President of JCI Bhaktapur Lady. Technical team, can we have Sapna ji?
I think there is some problem with Sapna's PC.
Okay. So I guess now, wait, I've got a question for you, by the way, to a personal message to me. Okay.
Hello, Mrs. We are not able to hear you.
Sorry, there's been a small technical error right here. So I've got a question to you, JCI Senator Shara. It's a question from Nagina Nakarmi, President of Kathmandu Lady. So she says that if we use the opportunity, what we are getting, how a lady can play a role to develop the society and surrounding with male.
Okay, I always think, in my team, both my executive vice president, my past president, that is the IPP, my treasurer, my GLC, my directors, most of the directors, they're male. So it's a combination of both male and female. Before thinking of yourself as a male or a female, putting yourself in the category of gender, think of this first. We're all humans. That's what JCI teaches us. We do not bring religion, gender, anything above the fact that we're human beings. That is something that I personally believe. So if I'm not wrong, the question is, how do you bring both males and female together when you're working in an event, right? Well, you have to, because any of the events that you do, it has to be a combination of both. Both the parties need to combine. There are a few things that a man can do better, maybe in terms of the hard work, and females can think better. So I think it's a combination of both. You should never think of it like, it should be only a female-based program. There are programs, for example, before this pandemic started, we had a program called Woman of Inspiration Award. So I think over there, it was like we gave 10 women in different categories a Woman of Inspiration Award. We acknowledged them, we appreciated them. But does it mean there were no male in the program? Of course there were, in terms of planning, in terms of bringing sponsorship, in terms of working behind the scene. So it has to be a combination of both. Thank you.
Another question from JC Lakshmi Shai Chand, President of Dhangadi Lady. So technical team, this just popped up right now, so I would like to give this floor to her.
Hello, Ma'am Sarah.
Hello. Hi, nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Thank you.
Me, JC Lakshmi Sai Chand, President of Dhangadi Lady JCs. My question is, how do you balance your work and life responsibilities?
Can you repeat again?
How do you balance your work and life responsibilities, ma'am?
Okay, so how do I balance both my home and my work? I think, like I said, I have a very good support system. I balance my time. I balance my children and my family. Like, I divide the time. It's not like I have to give 100% of my time in one place. But once I'm doing something, that is the time I put my 100%. Not in terms of time, but whatever I do, I put my 100%. So I think balancing out is very important, like I said. And when you want to balance out, I think your partner, your home also plays a very vital role, because if they are not supportive, I think it doesn't work at one point of time. So who you choose as a partner, I think that is also very important. That is very important. Make sure your partner also understands you and your dream. And you explain to your partner that this is my dream, this is my aspiration, this is my passion, so please support it. I'll give my other 70% of the time to you. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Thank you once again for your answer, Senator. Now, for the last question, I would like to give this floor to Tulasa Bhusal Pandey, President of Siddhartha Lady. Tulasa, ma'am. Yeah, we can listen. We can hear you. You can go on with the question.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. I'm JC Tulasa Dangal from JCI Mechinagar Lady. You said JCI, what I don't know. Hello, Sarah.
Hi.
My question is, what are the ways that can empower women globally?
Can you repeat?
What are the ways that can empower women globally?
What are the ways women can be empowered globally? Well, at first you need to believe yourself. You need to take the opportunities that comes your way. Even if the opportunity doesn't come your way, you need to go and say that, yes, this is something I can do. So please give me the opportunity. I would like to do it and I would like to show you. And of course, in the process, there are going to be a lot of hurdles. There are going to be a lot of people and stuff that's going to come and tell you that you can't do it. But I think opportunities, when we say it cannot just be given to you, I think you need to be capable enough and you need to have the passion and the compassion of taking it and grabbing it. I think that is very, very, very important. So in terms of globally, I think now it's still better. You can see countries of different, prime ministers of different countries are female, and I think they're doing a fantastic job in, running the country. So if there are women who can run the country that smoothly, I do not see why we as JCI members, we can't do it. So I think you really need to work on yourself and see what sort of opportunities you get and how you utilize those opportunities and turn it into best of thing that you can do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Senator. I guess I also had some technical errors here, so I couldn't get to you most of the questions out here. So as we are running out of time, I would like to give this floor to our MOC, JC Sumnima Rai. Thank you so much, Sahara.
Thank you so much, the president of JCI Patan 2019, JC Mijash Chitrakar, and also Senator Sarah Kamal. It was really nice of you to handle the questionnaire session so smoothly. A little earlier, we could not have an esteemed speaker with us due to a small technical error. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite the National President of JCI Nepal 1999 and the first female JCI Vice President of 2000, JCI Senator Kriti Tuladhar, to share her words of wisdom with us now.
Thank you, MC. Thank you, Patan Lady. Hi, Saira. Hi. Hello. Hello, namaste.
Technical team, could we please have Kriti Tuladhar unmuted?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. You're audible now.
Okay, namaste. Namaste, all of you. Hello. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk the Saira as a Bangladesh national president. I am the vice president of 2000 and 1999 national president. I am assigned to Bangladesh. I initiated to affiliated in JCI, the Bangladesh Junior Chamber. As you know, there is a Nasser, I think Nasser is the national president of that time. And this is a very, very good opportunity for me to have, to see you and talk with you. And I have many friends from Estonia too. This is my great opportunity to talk with you. And also all the national and long lady presidents is coming to here as a leader. And I like to say them to be very active and to be committed and to be a contributor and to be efficient and to be friendly for a good leadership. And I like to ask the president of Bangladesh, how is your chapter is going now? This is my question to Sarah.
Excuse me, ma'am. Could you please
Sarah?
repeat the question once again? I think due to some technical problem, we could not understand the entire question.
I think I understood the question. I understood the question, so that's fine. JCI Bangladesh, thank you so much. It's actually an honor to meet you over here. I hope one day I can meet you in person. I think you're one of the inspiration for me and many out over here. I think I've mentioned earlier that, you know, you're the 1999 national president and also the 2000 JCI vice president, and especially assigned for JCI Bangladesh. I think that's fantastic for me to know. And I think right now JCI Bangladesh is doing really good. You talked about our past president, Nasser Maksud Khan. Currently, he lives in Australia. And currently, JCI Bangladesh is doing fantastic. We have more than 840 members. And we have a lot of local organizations, not only restricted to Dhaka, but also we have shifted to Sylhet and Chittagong. Those are different cities. Chittagong is the port city. And I think right now we are also being recognized by government, by different business, also by the civil society. So I think JCI Bangladesh has taken a very, very big step in the past few years. And I think whenever we do anything, I think JCI Bangladesh, whatever we do it we try to do it in a very bigger way. So thank you very much for your contribution in the initial days of JCI Bangladesh. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, JCI Senators. Now we've almost come to the end of today's session, but every ending is really just a new beginning. And almost coming to the end of today's session, I hope it motivated and inspired all our ladies to lead without a doubt. Everyone can have a different success story, but what really matters is you lead without doubting your potentials and empowering others throughout the way. So to grace us all with the closing remarks and a vote of thanks, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite the first female president of JCI Patan in its 50th years anniversary, the president of JCI Patan 2020, JC Daisy Nape.
Thank you so much, Sumnima Rai. We need women at all levels, including the top, to change the dynamic, reset the conversations to make sure women's voices are heard and heeded, not overlooked and ignored. Good afternoon, respected National President of Bangladesh, Senator Sara Kamal, respected National Presidents of Nepal, Executive National Vice President, National Vice Presidents, all the National Board of Directors 2020, past National Presidents, past Presidents from various LOMs, National Dignitaries, Councillors of 2020, Board of Directors, and all the representatives present here. I, the first female President of JCI Patan 2020, JC Daisy Nape, wishes you all a very warm greetings. It's always said, it is hard to be woman. You think like a man, act like a lady, look like a young girl, and work like a hearse. This year has really been a challenge to every one of us. For JCI Patan, entering the glorious 50th years of empowering youth and adding up to it the pandemic all over the world. Like with the theme, Change Begins With Us, and also celebrating 50th years of establishment, we really wanted to bring some positive changes in the society. And JCI Patan started a change by bringing the first ever female president in its history. And today, during the breakdown, having the national female president of Bangladesh with all of us sharing the screen and speaking on the topic, women in the next generation JCI leadership, we believe we have stepped into the changes that we were seeking for. Thank you, National President of Bangladesh, Senator Sara Kamal, for sharing your time with every one of us. I think the best role models for women are people who are truthfully and confidently themselves, who bring light into the world. Similarly, I also believe that every one of us who are attending these sessions will be leading the Nepal JCs and the Junior Chamber International in the days to come. Thank you, National President, National Immediate Past President, and all the delegates for attending my sessions. My biggest gratitude to the entire 30 chapters who have accompanied with us for today's session. And also, I should not miss out my past presidents from JCI Patan, entire board of directors and general members of JCI Patan. Our biggest gratitude to JC Kusal Bhakta Joshi, JC Jajwali Man Joshi, JC Yajula Dongol, JC Sophie Marzan, JC Prakriti Joshi, and JC Yash Rastal for being the backbone of the event and looking after all the technicals. Also, thank you Dilip Chaudhary for all the designings. Also, I would like to thank our past president, national past vice president, and DO of APDC, JC Suman Krishna Shrestha, for creating all this platform for us. Also, I am grateful to my IPP, JC Vijay Chitakar, and Joint Secretary, JC Sumnima Rai, for smoothly handling the event. Thank you, everyone. We hope to stay connected. Stay home. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Sarah is there or is she left? Sarah? You there? Sarah? Okay, thank you everyone, all the loan president of different loans. Sabaiलाई धन्यवाद. We had a wonderful session today. Thank you so much. There was some technical errors over there, so it's okay, no problem. We'll again lead ahead that. Thank you so much. I'm looking for Sarah. Sumnima, Sarah is there? I think technically Sarah also gone. We have missed her token of love. We'll provide this token of love her in the World Congress or ASPAC. It's okay, no problem. Thank you. सबैलाई धन्यवाद, सबैले साथ दिए, सबैलाई धन्यवाद. यस्तो राम्रो कार्यक्रममा सबैले साथ र सहयोग पायौं. फेरि आगामी दिनमा पनि फेरि हामी जोड्ने छौं. Thank you so much. Anything you, Sumnima, you are going something? Okay. Thank you so much. I'm बिदा हूं. Please unmute everyone. The technical team.
हुन्छ भने जस्तो लाग्छ हजुरले भनेको
यत्रो बेर हल्ला सुनिएछ नि
भन्नुभयो रिजर्भ नै सँग चाहिँ के भनेको
Hello.
Sunny, bye.
Thank you, Patan Jesse. Thank you,
Thank you so much.